Hey, good morning. Paul McGinnis here with some thoughts from Luke chapter 10 for your daily walk. There's three great stories in Luke chapter 10. Jesus starts off, not really a story, just the account of him sending out 72 of his followers, of his disciples. He sends them out into all the surrounding towns and villages to do what he has been doing, to tell people that they can be reconnected to God, to tell them the good news about Jesus and invite them to walk in that way. Then we move on a little bit, and he tells the story about the Good Samaritan. He tells the story, and you've probably heard it. This guy gets beaten up on the road, and a couple people just walk right by him. They ignore the problem. They move to the other side, and these are supposedly the religious leaders. They ignore him, and yet the person that helps him is the last person that you'd expect, an enemy, a rival, a Samaritan. And he's the one that helps the man that's been beaten. And then the chapter ends with the very familiar story of Mary and Martha. Jesus goes to visit these two sisters, and Martha is so busy doing all her stuff, getting everything ready, making sure everything looks great. And Mary is sitting at Jesus' feet, just resting, being with him, connecting with him. And right in the middle of those three stories, right in the middle of the chapter, there's this question. This guy asks Jesus, "What's the greatest commandment?" And Jesus turns it right back on the guy, and he says, "Well, how do you read the law and the prophets? What would you say?" And the man nails it. He says here, this is verse 27 of Luke 10. The man answered, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind. And you must love your neighbor as yourself." And sure enough, Jesus says, yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly it. That's exactly what God requires of us, is to love him with all that we have and to show our love for him by loving others. And I wonder if those commands, that the very key of who we're supposed to be, I wonder if that's tied to these three accounts that are throughout the story. I wonder if those different things that are happening in the chapter are ways that we show our love for God, our love for others. We go, like those 72 disciples, we go from place to place and we tell others who God is and how they can be reconnected to him. That's a way of showing our love for God and our love for others. Like that Good Samaritan, we don't ignore the problems and the people that are in pain, but we go to them regardless of who they are, and we help and we offer love. And then like Mary, another way of showing our love for God and even our love for others is by slowing down and sitting at the feet of Jesus and getting to know him and connecting with him. I wonder if those are tangible examples of what that love looks like. And I'm especially convicted when I flip them over, right? If that's what love looks like, then the opposite is what we should be avoiding. If we are not telling other people about who God is and how they can walk in his way and how they can be forgiven, then we're not really loving people or loving God. If we, like those religious leaders, are just ignoring the problems around us, ignoring the people that are in pain around us, moving on to the other side of the road, like the earlier part of that Good Samaritan story, then we are not loving God and loving other people. If we, like Martha, are so consumed and so busy with our other details and things that we don't spend time sitting at the feet of Jesus, then we are not loving God and loving others. And so that saying is so simple and easy to remember and understand: love God and love others. But living it out is much tougher, because it doesn't just demand that we do some things. It moves us out of our comfort, out of our complacency, and it forces us, it motivates us to tell others, to go help and love others, and also to sit and connect with Jesus. That's how we can love God and love others today.